Just step by step with me, guys. Plasma with another plasma. Physicality, emotion, soul. Physicality, emotion, and soul. The three components always there. So this plasma give from the highest, and this plasma give from the highest, which created a soul. When this soul exists, he take over. And then created the physicality. Now, if you remember the maghrab, receive, work with it, deliver higher to the emotion. Receive, work with it, deliver to the soul level. Receive and go out. Let me put it in colors, then you will understand exactly what I mean. If you see the colors here, yes?
Not yet, but I was going to ask you, you say physicality, emotions, and soul. Are you using the emotions as the transitional matters? There we see the color now.
Yes. And I will put the soul in red. And I will put physicality in black. Okay, are we agree until now?
Yes, please continue.
Okay. Now, the soul emit in its level. If we go to the strength, physicality is 1. Emotion is a higher 2. Soul, in order of magnitude, it's 10. Because it is the highest from the physicality and it's the highest from the emotion. If I do it here in the level of the man, I will see that both of them, the physicality and the emotion, created highest in the soul level. And one will take the highest of emotion and one will take the highest of physicality. Although there is emotion in it. Okay, so why we still eating? Anyone can answer this question? Why we still eating? If we know that the energy which is inside us, it's in order of magnitude 10. So why we still eating?
To keep the point of physics of reference with Earth.
It is depend in our understanding. We give physicality, give from the highest, give from the highest. And the emotion also give from the highest. They created the soul. So when the soul gives, why until now the physicality didn't receive in this color, and the emotion didn't receive in this color? Although the physicality itself, it have the red color in it, and the emotion itself had the red color in it. So what is the problem? And let me tell you why we are eating. Because these two, the physicality and the emotion, because they give, they need to receive. But unfortunately, they are receiving in these colors. So they do not find it from this guy here. So where they go? They go to the living beings, the other creatures, which is have physicality, soul, and it have emotion, and it have physicality. Trying because they give, physicality give, and the emotion give, but they didn't receive because the red one is higher. So where they go? They go to this entity to take what they think level of physicality and the level of the emotion which they give, trying to get the source, the soul. But they didn't understand. They didn't understand. They take. And when they take, they need to give back to this entity 4 times. So from where they take it? From where they take it? They take it from their own soul to process the giving to this entity, which is in order of magnitude, it's in the same level of physicality and the emotion. So what is the problem? Is this guy here, it's high and ego, he cannot be in this level to give, or in this level to give, or these bodies need to change the black in receiving to the red to receive from the soul level. You know, this is a magra. And I hoped John Blevin was here. He will understand very good what was wrong when he worked with his magravs. And we saw, if you see the workshops where the energy flow everywhere, but they do not manifest a matter state. Although he done everything for this energy to manifest the shield of this entity. It is very simple in reality, because he didn't bring back the field, higher field, to be received by his creation. It is the same process what we are doing. If we know how we take from the energy of the soul, we will stop eating, we will stop drinking, and even in a way we will stop breathing, because here in order of 10 in order of magnitude, very high source, and how much you take from it, how much it will receive more, because now he's in the weaker position, the higher will give. And understanding, guys, it is very simple. This is the mother and father, the egg and sperm, which has created the soul from the highest. But because in the world and the knowledge of physicality, the same soul created its own prison and its own emotion to interact in the environment. And every time these guys interact, trying to achieve energy level of the soul, but this is already created, so it's interact in its level with the souls. You need to convert this higher source back to the physicality and back to the emotion. You have two choices. You make the soul weak enough to give to the physicality and the emotion, or you elevate the physicality and the emotion to receive from a higher source. And it's this source, it's the soul itself. And every one of them have soul in it. We know it from the component of the plasma: matter, principle, and transition. And each of them have access to the other. That means this one itself have emotion and have physicality level. This one also have emotion and physicality level. And the physicality itself have emotion and soul level. So if you understand it, and now you're going to try your best to achieve the level of the soul. And you have it, because you are created out of the soul, out of the field. You are not the first cell which is created out of the matter and the motion and the energy, which is created the high field level of millions of interactions and then become an entity. You create it out of fields. So try to connect yourself to the fields of yourself. Okay, this is my my presentation, and
Beautiful.
I hope someone have any question I would like to answer.
This is a report to the, let's say, when Mr. Kesh saying is needed to look up of your graph. It's reporting to the putting the hands up of the head, or when you are putting the hand plasma ball between the hand, which means if you reverse, let me, if it's possible to annotate, I change the color. If you putting, let's say, no, not in this order from weaker to stronger. This is weaker, let me, egg, sorry, sperm, mother, father, and between is creating. She's saying this cover the body, the node body. It's encapsulating the soul. If we reverse, the soul encapsulating the body and the emotion. Reverse the process.
Yeah, how you reverse?
You are learning how to put the hand and extend the field of soul from this position, in this position up to covering.
That means you are working with something non-tangible.
With the fields.
Yes.
When
And
Mr.
this is
Kesh
the first.
saying regarding the, let's say, hand to the prayers, not the prayers to achieve, you have one magra here, let's say, plasma, and the other here, or you can say the vertical unit or horizontal unit to creating the shell.
It is, Dan, the last sentence of Alex, the knowing, which is important. And every after that, it is a tool for you to know more. The hands, it is very powerful, very, very powerful. And if you know what you are dealing with, even if you achieve what you achieve, it is only a tool for this physicality to go one step higher, not to the matter state, not eating and drinking, not touching, not seeing, not hearing, because both of them, physicality and the emotion, they work in the physical matter. But when you go and you put your hands in front of you or in the level of your eyes or above your head, it is only that you open a door working with the language, which is the soul knows. And this is the field. And once you work with the fields and you progress in it, you go higher. Now you attach the emotion to the field. The first step is the physicality. Once you achieve it, you go to the emotion. And emotion with the fields which you are creating, then you go to the emotion of the emotion. And then, voila, you are there. To achieve this red point out of this center point, out, you need to call. As Mr. Kass said, ask. That means you create a need. For this fields, which is higher, to give. When it's giving, that means it go back to the source. Okay. I hope you finished your copy, Alex. Any
Well,
question, by the way?
yes. Now, isn't the soul a total giver? Like Li Fang? It gives. That's basically what it knows how to do. And I thought the thinking or the understanding was to feed the soul, and in turn, the soul will feed the physicality.
Okay. Do you remember I brought terminology, a give or a donate? What is the difference between them?
No, I don't remember that
With
specifically.
expectation, when with receiving and without receiving, without expectation.
For us to really go on this path, we need to take this step. Giving unconditionally, this is not easy, really not easy, because it is a learning process. So when we give, we know we'll receive. So we are waiting for receiving. That means we are already failed. But donate, we know what is donation. When you donate, you are 100% sure that you will not receive anything from donation. So if, you know, if we put this understanding to our physicality, to our soul of physicality and the emotion and the soul of the emotion, that what they done, the father and the mother, and created the soul, it is not giving, it is donation. Then we stop pursuing to receive. It is a huge difference really in the beginning. This is the step for you to, you know, to go higher and understand what is unconditional giving by involved in donation. When you donate, you are sure 100% that you will not receive. But if you give, if wherever you go, even here in the teaching of Mr. Cash, he's telling you, when you give, you will receive. But if you are waiting for receiving, you will not, because what you're gonna receive, it is in the soul level. So how are you gonna see it? It's higher. How are you gonna see it? Or you want it to be weak enough to be tangible, and you receive it by physicality or the emotion, or someone tell you, oh, thank you, you are very beautiful, you are very knowledgeable, you are a doctor, you are a professor, you are, oh wow, so many names, and the ego will jump out of the chair. So what do you think? It is you. It is not anyone else. If you are very progress in giving, and you know how you give without returning back, unconditional giving, yeah, that is more beautiful. You are 10 steps ahead. But if you don't know, just to proceed with donation. Whatever you do, it's donation. The smile you give, donation. The whatever. And remember, we are here to serve, not to be served. It is not physicality. Serve the soul. This is a lot of knowledge seekers really they didn't have access to it. They think serving the physicality and the emotion. No. Serving the soul and the higher source.
And the reason I'm saying if the soul had the energy, and if you asked, I think it would feed the physicality. But when we got into this crisis, Mr. Kesh said we would all succumb to this because our knowledge is too low, our soul is too weak, and our solar physicality is even weaker. So we have to find a ways to elevate the soul.
How? You know how? It is very easy. The soul is always giver, is always shining.
Yes.
For whom asking. Look, when I ask you something and you give, that is not that you lose. In the opposite, if I ask you something and you give, you will receive 4, 5 more. So if you take from the soul will not be shortage of, but you need to take. You need to create the common denominator, and you are already you done it already. You know, you came from this process. You need the language. You need the tool, which is the soul, work with and speak in. You are not short of, believe me. It is only knowing. And when you know, you open the door, finished. The soul gives all the time, but for whom asking? There is entities, there is solar systems, there is universes, there is universes, which is asking for this give and take. And the soul is knowledgeable enough to work with them. But we, as physicality and emotion, we don't know how to take from the soul. Absolutely, we don't know. Although we are created through the soul, but we lost the connection.
Now is the question, is anyone done this yet?
I think not. We are in a learning process. If one, you know, Mr. Cass said, I need one. I need one of all this humanity, all this universe to achieve it. And then all of you, it will open to you. You know, this is the same question I ask so many times, Mr. Cash, also the knowledge seekers. He said, you know, don't worry. It will shine to you. It will open for all of you. If only one soul open this door, it will be opened for all the humanity, because we are all connected by this amino acid, what Alex explained to us. We are already connected. Our telephones, our devices, everything is connected. So if one achieve elevation, all of us will achieve that. But who is ready to accept? And I think a little bit one step higher than the others is the knowledge seekers, because they are working with something not tangible. So they are already crazy. So they are already higher than the others.
So if no one achieved it, that must mean the soul is weak.
No,
But what I'm thinking here,
weak in receiving, but it's not weak in the strength.
okay. What I'm thinking here is if someone has a condition in their physicality, well, they're not so much worried about the food and dealing with that. But let's say, and Mr. Kesh calls these systems, the horizontal system, a soul elevation unit. So when that soul receives those
Soul of
conditions,
physicality.
no, the soul of the man.
Soul of physicality.
Okay.
The problem, my dear Mark, the problem, it is with the soul of physicality and the soul of the emotion, not with the soul of the man. The soul of the man is already created these two. It is for the two to elevate themselves to be in that position.
Yeah, I'm seeing it a little differently. That once the soul is elevated, it'll take care of the physicality and it'll take care of the soul of the man.
Yeah, which one?
That
Okay,
soul needs
okay,
to be
okay,
elevated.
okay,
It's
okay, okay.
not a point of contention. We're just
No, no, no,
having a
no. It is
discussion.
okay. Let me draw it for you that we all understand it. It's not just talk. It's better to draw it, then all of us here will understand about what we are speaking. Look, when we say the component of the plasma, yes, you know it, I know it, Alex know it, everyone here know it. Principle, the soul, transition, emotion, matter, and this is physicality. Do you have something against that? Mark?
No, that's matter. We have the principal matters, we have the transitional matters, and then we have the matter matters.
Thank you very much. So, Mr. Cash, make it like this. What that mean? This one, matter state, access to the transition, and the matter state access to the soul. So the matter itself have matter, transition, principle, yes? And the transition itself have access to the matter and have access to the principle. That means the transition have a soul and emotion and physicality. It's the same. And the principle have entrance to the matter and have entrance to the transition. So the soul itself have a soul and have an emotion and have physicality. And everyone in its level, you know, every one of them in its level. So which one? This one already created the whole here, F1. That means it created the whole creation, the principle. So the principle have already created this. It is us, the matter state, the physicality, and the emotion together to elevate to be in this position of the principle, to receive from the principle. If Kai told you he was for nearly 46 hours in the road and all this tiredness, and when he went in, he continued until 1 o'clock. And you know, because I am sure, because I was there, the same thing. The same thing. I always in that time, from the morning until also 1 o'clock in the night. Nothing. I didn't really, I didn't need anything. I didn't need to sleep. I didn't need to rest. I didn't need to even the food. And if who was with us?
Dean and Gunther?
And Gunther, Dean was with Kai. Andreas, I think, was with us. I didn't eat. I was talking, and all of them eat, but I didn't. That was lunch, 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. But I didn't eat really, because I was full of energy.
So
Why?
who absorbed that? The physicality directly, or did the soul get elevated and decided to feed?
Which one? Which one? Okay.
I'm asking you.
Yes, yeah, I'm telling you, which one? The soul of physicality, which is received, or the soul of the transition, the emotion. So we get a higher source. Call it whatever you call it. we received higher dose of energy from the place. Is it our emotion, which is see this progress and all what we, for a long tiredness and learning and teaching and all of these years, we saw something tangible, which can serve the others. Maybe this is as Mr. Khan said. Maybe it is only your emotion which received that satisfied all this what all the knowledge seekers done, and see it's tangible. Now it is progress. Now we see that all of them, humanity will be benefit. Maybe this is the energy which I am looking for, or
So the
other
soul-
one looking for.
So the soul of physicality either received directly from the environment or from the soul directly, or maybe a combination. The other question
Yes.
I had,
The soul, you call it a soul. Look, you call it a soul. The soul of the place, of lanes, let's say, of everything there, it is only a field. It's so simple, very, very simple. It's a field. So why I make it so difficult? Why do you say it's a soul? It's a field. No, it's a soul. So what is the difference? Soul or a field? What is the difference? It's no different. A lot of time, Mr. Kat said, giving, north side, alkaline, exit. It's the same word for different languages, and you make it very complicated for yourself. Entry, acidic, negative, south. It's the same language. It's one. So why not the soul and the field is one? No, it can't be. The soul is very, very powerful, and as holy what? It's a field. No, it's a field. No more, no less.
but there is a difference between the soul of physicality and the soul of the man, yes?
Of course, but what is the difference? What is the difference between 59 and 60? What is the difference between copper and zinc? Both of them created from the same field, but due to the position, this one you call copper and this one you call zinc, and both of them create your CO2 and create everything. Look what Alex brought, the last picture, cup of universe. Look at it. What you see in the middle, nano-coated copper, nano-coated zinc. Create what? Create a soul. No, create a field. No, create a soul. No, create a field. Okay. Choose what you like and go with it.
I want to say something now.
No? Okay, go ahead.
Recently I'm eating less, but I didn't stop eating. And I don't know, I do meditate. It's not meditate, like I stay empty thought in the night time before going to bed. So recently I'm seeing I can't eat too much. I don't know, I'm getting older or something, what is happening inside me, but I'm eating less. And something I feel, matter, antimatter, and dark matter. Between not matter or antimatter, I'm talking about inside dark matter, there is
Why you make it so complicated? Why dark matter?
Let her try to express herself, please.
Tell it emotion. Call it emotion. Why you call it dark matter?
I'm not talking about emotion. I'm talking about feelings. It is higher than that. If you feel your feelings, then you don't need to eat. And we are trying to do that. Emotion is expecting something. And feelings is totally empty, totally full, 0 point. I understand that.
Okay, so progress from your understanding. You know, one time Mr. Kass said, this knowledge like Rome, it have 12 doors to enter it.
Yes.
But the beauty, a lot of them they enter, but they do not really knows that there is 11 door yet with this door, which way they enter in. So it's better to know all these 12 doors, they are exist. So you can exist and you can enter from any door you like.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Yeah, I'm touching something and I don't know I can explain, but I'm touching something.
I think if you simplify, just take the simplicity of it, I think you can explain it to the others.
Yeah. Still I'm on the way, but I'm trying.
Yes, that's good.
Now, go ahead, Selena.
Yeah. I don't know I can explain anything, but I stayed in the nighttime, like hour to hour in the empty thought, and I feel I am totally empty, and I feel energetic after that. And the morning time, whole day. And if I use my emotion, then I feel hungry, and then I feel I need something. But if I stay that mode, totally fulfilled, then no hunger, nothing, is happiness, different kinds of feelings. So I don't know, maybe that is the way, maybe other way too. That is my way.
Yeah, and one of the reasons we go for the food, I think, is because we want fast energy. We
Right.
want energy released quickly. Now, if we look at this plasma and we have the principal matter, transitional matter, and the matter matters, there's no physicality in this plasma, is there, Joel? I don't think. There's only the fields of its ability to convert itself into matter. That's why we call it matter matters with an S. Principal matters and transitional matters. Those are fields. But there's no physicality here. There's the ability to convert into physicality. We have matter matters.
What Mr. Cash once said, there is a matter state in each level, but it's not necessary you can see it. In its level, it have a matter state, but it's not necessary that you can see it or feel it or hear it or, you know, work with it, because it's a higher.
Higher
Only
than matter.
only when it is coming in your environment, you know, it is the environment. Celine, even if you don't eat for a month and 2 and 3, you cannot change unless you change the environment. Mr. Khan said, in the space, with your knowledge, You know, now you know it, you can change. So you are already started the change. In a space, this will be very rapid changing because you already have the basic of changing. So you do not need the stomach, you do not need the intestine, you do not need a lot of things. So the change will be rapid if you go with the physicality and you choose this physicality to be your appearance. But here you need a converter to convert this source of energy to the energy of the physicality and the emotion. Okay, take over, Alex. Thank you.
That was great. Thank you, Jalal.
Is there anyone here for the first time that'd like to tell us their name and where they're from? I see a few guests in the list. Some of them I recognize and some I don't. And we're just asking how you found us, and just state your name and where you're from, if you don't mind. Or if you're not new, then fine. Oh, I see a microphone.
Hello.
Hello, Claudia.
Yes, my name is Claudia. I'm from Brazil.
Ah, you found us through the Brazil teachings. Very beautiful.
Yes, yes.
They're expanding their fields. Yes, very strongly.
Yeah.
I had only joined at the last 45 minutes on Friday. I only saw the little bird and their work with the bird. And that was a very touching story. I don't know if Raphael wants to, if you're still here, you want to add anything about that, Raphael? I didn't see the initial part, but I did see when they found the bird on the ground and they sort of revived him, put him back into the nest, made a cup, but it was all good in the even though the bird did transition, it was all good and it was all meant to happen that way. So that was a very beautiful and touching story. And thank you, Claudia, for letting us know.
Thank you too.